By their deeds, you shall know them, as they say. So I'm going to be Trump and I'm going to run for president. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You elect me, I'm going to end that Ukraine war in 24 hours after I get elected. Oh, then when he won, he said, I'm going to end that war even before I get into office. And now they just sent him more Patriot missiles to keep the war going. I was the assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate. I have a photograph when I picked up Ronald Reagan at the Chicago Hilton, put on a brunch for 16 of our board of directors, 2 days before he's announcing he's running against Gerald Ford. And I've been with presidents, prime ministers, and princes. I was on the other side. It's a freak show in a country near you. Listen, I want Greenland. I'm going to take Greenland. You got it? I want the Panama Canal back. Oh, and by the way, I got my own company I'm starting, and I'm making a lot of money from that too with my meme coins and other crap that I'm selling. To me, it's nothing more than a crime syndicate, regardless of what party's in there. So here's on the Trump level, he's going to do everything he can to keep boosting this economy. By the way, other lies, when I come in, the first day I come in, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada, a 60% tariff on China. Now, how come you said you were going to do it? You didn't do it. Yeah. Well, I'm just full of crap. That's why I could say anything I want. You know, we took out the trademark back in 2016 when he ran for president. Presidential reality show. This guy's a reality show champ. He was on TV for what, 14, 15 years? He knows how to play the game. I can't stand all of them. That little slime ball Biden that's been sucked off the public tit his whole life. Murderer of Obama, the Nobel piece of crap Prize winner who lied his way into office. Bill Clinton. So anyway, with Trump, there's going to be positives and negatives. There's no way that Russia is going to give up the territory, the 20% that they've got. They're not going to come up with a deal. Again, they just sent them more Patriot missiles and more 2,000-pound bombs to Israel so they could keep slaughtering the Palestinians. Oh, by the way, Israel, the ceasefire deal with Lebanon, they've only killed over 100 Lebanese since the ceasefire deal and won't let the Lebanese go back into South Lebanon, which they're still occupying. You better call a peace deal. You better call it what it is right now. You're going to lose. And I'm not giving you any more money for this. America's given them over $260 billion as our country is rotting in front of our eyes. The infrastructure in this country's third world. Take the subway in New York. It's a night in Calcutta. Amtrak. What a joke. Oh, they got high-speed rails all over. Not in America. Oh, but more money for the war machine, by the way, which Trump says he's going to build up even bigger. So you're losing. I got banned from TikTok. The video we put up, one of my podcasts, we said that Ukraine is going to do everything they can to keep this war going, such as a false flag event like bombing a Russian nuclear power plant. Today, it came out that Russia stopped drones going into Ukraine, drones that were attacking a nuclear plant. I got blacklisted that permanently from TikTok for saying that. I don't want them to go anywhere. It's none of my business. But this crap has been going on for thousands of years. Or from Catherine the Great. I mean, it's been going on forever. Once upon a time, there was a man by the name of George Washington, a real guy that fought, not like these little boys that couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. He tells Americans, don't get involved in any foreign entanglements. Don't love a nation, don't hate a nation, because if you do, you become a slave to them. And that basically this has been going on for centuries, and we're not going to fix it. It's not our involvement. I'll just tell you a quick story. When I was a kid, one of my books, what Zitzi gave Honey Boy, true story of love, wisdom, and the soul of America. It was about growing up in the Bronx as an Italian American. I grew up right after the war in the Bronx, or at the height of America. They couldn't control me. They used to say, I get in a fight, we're going to send you to military school. That was the biggest threat they used to give us. Trump was so narcissistic and arrogant, they sent him to military school. Could you imagine being a teenager dressed up in a stupid drag, eating crappy food, telling you when to go to bed, when to wake up, and what to do all day long? That's how narcissistic he is. Fascism is the merger of state and corporate powers. It's the merger of Mussolini's statement. When everybody listening, get this in your head. You have no right to say anything unless you're a billionaire. I got to hear the crap coming out of Musk's mouth every damn day. Shut the hell up, Celente. You're not a billionaire. You want to be a billionaire? Throw $1 million to Trump's inauguration and you could go to the party. 12 billionaires he brought into his office. It's the merger state. And again, it's been going on forever. The robber barons, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies. As we say in the Bronx, money talks, bullshit walks. Everything's owned by the chains. And this slime ball, Slick Willie, brought us into NAFTA, China into the World Trade Organization. The bigs own everything. There were no Walmarts. There were no Targets. There were no Lowe's. There were hardware stores, stationery stores, drug stores, shoe stores. Now it's all chains. It's fascism. Yes, I just said, I'm taking the Panama Canal back. I'll tell China what to do. I'll tell Russia what to do. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. Don't you know who I am? Hey, it's me. Hey. All right? Right in front of our eyes, him telling everybody there. Oh, this is from Times of Israel. Trump doubles down on proposal to move Gazans into Egypt and Jordan. Oh, genocide, huh? Oh, where'd you get $100 million from that Marion Adelson? Oh, her old man gave you, Sheldon, before he died, he gave you $100 million too? You're the guy that moved the United States Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem? When you said to the Israelis, hey, you know that land you stole over there in Syria? It's yours. Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, whose old man, Kushner, that Trump pardoned because he was thrown into jail for tax evasion and screwing over his brother, that he gave him a pardon. Oh, the Kushner, when Netanyahu used to come to America, stayed at the Kushner's house, who's quoted in our Trends Journal back last year that the land in Gaza is, quote, very valuable waterfront property. The mainstream media, I call them prostitutes, media whores that get paid to put out by the corporate pimps and government whore masters, barely ever showed New York Times, the Toilet Paper Record, or the Wall Street Journal, never showed pictures of the demolishing of Gaza. Now they show them after the peace deal. Go back to the election. Exit poll data. Only 4% of the people that voted for Trump cared about global issues, said that was number one, and only 3% global issues was number one that voted for Harris. People have no idea what's going on. Did Taylor Swift get laid last night? That's the news. Again, it's a wild card. You don't know how it's going to be played out. Both the Trump administration and, of course, Israel are very anti-Iran. When Trump said to send the Palestinians to Egypt and Jordan, Iran said, send the Jewish people to Greenland. You don't have to be good at math to figure this out. There are 91 million Iranians. They're very advanced scientifically, technologically, very advanced militarily. There are 7 million Jewish people in Israel. Who's going to win? And there's another thing, too. It's called the Samson option, where Israel says if they lose, they go nuclear. Israel's allowed to have nuclear warheads. North Korea's not allowed to have them, and Iran's not. I mean, who's making up this crap? This is your Trends Journal when it used to be a quarterly, 1999. .com fall issue. .com overload will short-circuit many high expectations for huge profits in internet commerce, entertainment, and a wide array of .com services. Following the holiday season, many of today's high-flying internet stocks, the hottest IPOs, and newly emerging IPO wannabes will have begun their deep descent from their overvalued heights. We said the dot-com bust would happen by the second quarter of 2000, and it did. It happened in March. I'm mentioning that we are on the verge of dot-com bust 2.0. Let's go back to 1999. The internet revolution really just started to get juiced up around 1992. It was still new. You couldn't see a video. You could never do what we're doing right now. It wasn't even near it. Then they started inventing all this stuff. And this doesn't make sense. This thing's going to bust. And it busted. The NASDAQ dropped 80%. As I say, sometimes people call me a futurist, and we predict. Nobody can predict the future. There are too many wild cards, whether they're played by humans or nature. We see the trend forecasts. If this thing keeps going like that, this is where it's going to go. So what was the wild card that was just played in the markets? The DeepSeek, right? What happened? How much did NVIDIA drop? And the stock went down, 17%. It went up yesterday, I think about 6%. As we went on the air, it was down again, I think 3 or 4%. This is just the beginning. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba released a new artificial intelligence model on Wednesday and claims it outperforms its rival, DeepSeek. So now let's go back. Yes, we said this AI is real, just like we said the .com, but they're over-investing in it in companies that are not producing, and more talk than action. But this thing is going to keep going. AI trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. We said the AI trend has just been born. But now what's going on? When you see the DeepSeek, what's costing NVIDIA, the other people making chat $100 million, they're doing it for $6 million. Oh, and they're not using those NVIDIA high-end chips that Biden prohibited, tried to stop to go into China. They're coming out with cheaper and less intense chips. This is going to crash the NASDAQ. I'm just telling everybody, pay full attention to this, because Alibaba now claims its new AI model, Qwen 2.5 Max, and open source, is even more impressive than that of DeepSeek. I think this is just the beginning. Google up Castle Systems. Look at the office occupancy rate in the 10 largest cities in America, 49.7%. Look up the vacancy rates. Ain't nobody in the building. According to Moody's, 20% vacant. Let's go back to 2020. They launched the COVID war. Get back in your house. You can't go to work. So people started working from home. Now they're saying to themselves, after staying home, I've been getting 5 o'clock in the morning to commute an hour and a half each way. I'm not going to do that anymore. Now, I'm the guy that has, let's say, 10 stories in an office building, and I say, stay home. I don't see anywhere you're in these cubicles. I don't need all this office space. Now, 5 years, right? The leases are coming due. This year and next year, you have $2 to $4 trillion, depending on whose numbers you're looking at, worth of commercial real estate loans coming due in America. There are going to be defaults on these office buildings, the likes of which we've never seen before. So when the prostitutes do talk about, yeah, we're going to convert these into apartments. No, you're not. Buildings built within the last 50 years are non-convertible. They're big, empty spaces. Need more proof? Let's go back to 2024. On 50th Street, New York City, Midtown, a building that sold for $320 million in 2006 went up for auction. Sports Illustrated used to be there. Don't have any tenants now. It sold for $8.5 million. It's in the middle of the block. No windows on this side, no windows on that side, no windows in the back. Knock it down, build something else up. This is just the beginning. Let's go back to 2023, not ancient history. 3 banks failed. Silicon Conman Bank, Signature Bank, First Republic. Down go the equity markets, way up goes gold. 3 banks? How about 300 banks now? One of our top trends for 2024 would be a golden year for gold. Gold prices went up 25%. We said Trump is going to do everything he can to pump up this economy, and in doing so, he's going to lower interest rates. What did he say at Davos? He wants the Fed to lower interest rates. All the media was saying that the Fed's only going to lower interest rates twice this year, and that Trump can't force them to do what he wants. In the Bronx, we used to say bullshit has its own sound. Let's go back to December 2018 when Trump was president. Take a look at the Dow. Up. Had its worst December since the Great Depression, 1931. He pushed Powell to lower interest rates, and he did it in January. And if you need any more proof, who was the former Treasury Secretary? Miss Facha Brut, Janet Yellen. Yeah. What was her last job? Fed head. And they got to bring the Treasury yields down because mortgage demand is way down. Sales of homes are way down. He has to do everything he can to juice this up. Of course, low interest rates don't change the mortgage rates, but the yields will come down, and that'll bring the mortgage rates down. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Oh, now let's go back to the government debt. It's about 6.6% of the U.S. gross domestic product. Before Trump got in, I think the debt went way up under Biden. It used to be 3-point-something% of the GDP. And when you look at the real national debt, when you got to pay Social Security, all this other stuff that they owe, it's more like 220 trillion, not 36 trillion. So that's the other thing. Will they come out with a digital coin? We're getting away from that dirty cash. We're going to digital trash. CBDC. Trump says he's not going to do it. But again, he says one thing and does another thing.